Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist saying that fat people don't have access to healthy food. We've seen this person before. It's Fat Sapphic Bro. They go on to say a bunch of nonsense about how only rich people have access to healthy food. It's a similar argument to a video I made before where they said the gyms are classist. Here's a link. Don't have access to healthy food. It's always somebody else's fault, isn't it? If it's your first time seeing me, hi, I'm the Cynical Dude. Please click like and subscribe. Is it presumptuous for me to ask you to click like right in the beginning? Perhaps. If we get to the end and the video sucked, just unclick like. But it's not gonna suck. I guarantee it. It's customary that we do not dive into these matters with a wily mustache. Therefore, before we continue, I must proceed with the applying of comb to mustache.
Feel free to tell me if I'm being fat phobic here, but I think a lot of people's natural weight would go down if America's food were better quality.
Their natural weight, so like their set point weight that you guys always talk about, it would go down if the food was of a better quality. So there is no such thing as set point weight. It's all a bunch of bollocks, and it's literally just the food that you're eating. Thank you very much for confirming everything that I've been saying this whole time.
I don't think that's fat phobic at all.
What? But I thought that food had nothing to do with our weight. It was 1,000% genetic and 1,000,000% somebody else's fault. What happened? What do you mean? Now it's the food?
And I 1,000% agree with you.
What? I thought it wasn't the food. I thought it was everything but the food. I thought it was everything but the things that are in our control, wasn't it? Wasn't it gravity and like all these other people's fault? It's everybody else's fault. It's definitely not the food. It's definitely not what we're doing to ourselves. Lack of exercise and or a surplus of calories, my good sirs and madams. No, it's none of that. So it is the food.
A lot of fat liberation content creators and activists talk about this quite frequently.
Dude, I love the phrase fat liberation. It gives me the mental image of like Jordan Underwood and full army fatigues hopping out of a helicopter and touching down in the jungle, engaging in guerrilla warfare. Can you guys believe that this is a thing still? I know that I'm like a year into making this type of content, but it's like re-blowing my mind all over again for the first time, dude. It's weird. I'm looking at this whole thing with a set of fresh eyes, and it's blowing my mind all over again, dude.
People's access to food and healthy, good for you food is a big part of the problem.
Okay.
Between people living in food deserts, people not having transportation to a close grocery store.
I have to drive a half an hour to go to a decent grocery store. There are other stores around that you can buy food at, like the Dollar Tree, dude, which is total bollocks. I consider myself as living in a food desert. I used to live in a town where I had ready access to a Costco, to a Raley's, to all kinds of good grocery stores with good quality produce. Now I live in the middle of the sticks and I have to drive 30 minutes just to go to a decent grocery store. There's other stuff around like Dollar Tree and Walmart, but we prioritize the things in life that are a priority to us. So a lot of people will have like $1,000 phone, but they are eating whatever is the cheapest kind of food that they can find. In fact, that's their only criteria for shopping. They're like, hey, that's cheap. And then they buy it and cook it and put it into their bodies as the cheapest thing that they could find from the store. It's kind of weird. A lot of people have their priorities backwards, dude.
People only having access to like fast food and like mini marts.
Those people need to walk a little further down the street and go to a grocery store. Even in a city like New York where you live, there are little markets and stuff where you can buy produce, dude. I know this. This person, Fat Sapphic Bro, lives in New York as far as I know.
The fact that healthier food is priced much, much higher.
No, it's not. Buying fruit and veg is not expensive, dude. Buying healthy food is not more expensive, dude. And you don't even have to buy organic produce. You can just buy healthier food that's not organic. If that's what you can afford, it's still miles above fast food. You think any of the fast food is organic? Hell no, it's not. So at least buy some fruit and veg and cook it yourself. Buying actual fruit, veg, and meat and stuff from the store is not more expensive, dude. You spend more initially. You spend a couple $100 initially, but you have food for like a week or two, dude. That's how it works. It's way cheaper in the long run, dude. Come on. Eating out all the time is actually way more expensive. We've gone over this before.
Than unhealthier food. Like, I know plenty of people who have to rely on Dollar Tree for their food.
Okay, well, they need to keep walking down the street and go to a better store, dude. Dollar Tree is not a good place for food. Since I moved to Pennsylvania, I have noticed the prevalence of Dollar Tree. For some reason, this stupid store is everywhere in place of an actual store. It's quite remarkable. I'm like, hey, they could put an actual store right there. Why do they have a Dollar Tree? Why is there a freaking Dollar Tree everywhere? It sucks. I have one right down the street from me. Maybe I'll go there later today and film a video of me finding some actual food to cook in a Dollar Tree. I can start a new series where I go to these crappy little stores that don't have much by way of produce and show you how to buy healthy food in there and take it home and cook it. Let me know if you want to see that series in the comments below.
And getting healthy options at a Dollar Tree is incredibly, incredibly difficult.
I'm sure it is. By the way, go to a different store then. If you don't have the transportation to go to a different store, get the transportation. Oh, you don't have the money? Okay, get a job. My answer to all of these problems is always a solution, okay? It's never to just accept that this is what I have to eat and this is what my life is going to be like from now on. No, dude. Do what you have to do to adapt and overcome. And don't make excuses. The only thing holding you back is you.
Especially to get food that is enough calories that you would need.
Okay, well, you know, there are other people that live in New York and they're in pretty good shape. So, I don't know. People that don't want to do anything about their situation will often just sit there and make excuses. It's not really fooling anybody. We all see it for what it is, dude. It's very transparent.
So, a lot of people are stuck buying foods that are cheaper, that are higher calorie, that are not as good for you, that are not as healthy for you, but are more filling because that's all that they can afford.
You don't have to buy a bunch of garbage food just because you don't have any money. Even if you're shopping at Walmart, they have produce there. They have fruit, veg, they have meat that you can buy. There are such things as food deserts where you have to travel a bit to get healthier food, but if you care about your health, you'll make that a priority and get whatever vehicle or whatever job enables you to buy whatever vehicle that you need to do that. I know it's not that easy, but we prioritize the things in life that are important to us. My health is important to me. Buying a brand new iPhone or any of this other shiny crap means nothing if I can't breathe, right? If I can't walk up a flight of stairs, what does any of this other crap even matter?
A lot of folks are very busy, have multiple jobs, have multiple children, have a lot of different things on their plate that they can't manage, also trying to...
Just so you know, besides recording and editing these videos, I also watch my 2-year-old all day long. So I'm doing a couple of jobs and I still manage to go to the store and buy groceries for the fam. Crazy, right? Imagine an alcoholic being like, well, I would quit drinking, but vodka's cheaper than water these days. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? But it's vodka. Don't drink that. You're an alcoholic. You shouldn't be drinking that. And they're like, yeah, but it's cheaper than water these days. The store that sells vodka is 1 block from my house. The store that sells water is 2 blocks from my house. So I'm basically in a water desert, which I guess would be like a literal desert, right?
Get access to healthier food, either because of finances, transportation, just access to what is near them. You know, there are plenty of people that live in places that don't have a nearby grocery store.
Well, if somebody has a weight problem and they have to walk further to go to a grocery store, I would say these are both net positives. Get a little bit of exercise in there, you get some healthier food, it's a win-win.
They have one nearby grocery store and everything is marked very expensive.
So steal it. What are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding. Don't steal anything. Anybody, that was not any sort of legal advice, okay? These are jokes, folks. Like I said, man, you'll prioritize the things in your life that are important to you. Some people eat nothing but garbage food, but have like thousands and thousands of dollars of Star Wars memorabilia or something. You know, like it's priorities. You prioritize the things that matter. I know I sound like a broken record.
So this is something a lot of fat liberation activists and content creators do talk about. It's just like the access to better quality food.
Yeah, I've heard them say that, and I've also heard them say that obesity is genetic, and there's such a thing as set point weight, and it doesn't matter how you diet or exercise, you can't lose weight. Once again, we see fat activism talking out of both sides of their neck at the same time. Obesity is genetic, and there's such a thing as set point weight, meaning that no matter how you diet and or exercise, you will stay within the same weight range. However, they also say that they don't have access to healthy food, and that is why they are obese. The thing that I hear from all of these arguments that they all have in common is that it's somebody else's fault. That seems to be the common denominator here that you can always count on. It's a constant.
It is a weird thing. I don't know the word for it. Phenomenon.
Yes, that is the word. It is a phenomenon. Fat Sapphic, bro, what is this video? Oh my goodness, man. Oh, it's been too long, Fat Sapphic. How have you been? I haven't made a video on you in a while. How have you been? How have you been, Fat Sapphic? Tell me how things are going for you. That's good. That's good. How's the fam? I just start having imaginary conversations with fat activists. Oh, thank you for finally acknowledging that I'm right. Oh, you didn't have to say all that. Oh, Fat Sapphic. Sorry, man, I'm a total dumbass. And even I can poke holes in the logical fallacies of the fat acceptance movement with great ease. Fools! Fools! Sorry.
It's strange to be living in a country that is so rich, that has so much food everywhere, enough food to feed the entire country, but it is not accessible to the vast majority of people in the country.
What? What are you talking about? So we have an abundance of food, but it's not accessible to the vast majority of people in the country. What are you talking about? Where are you getting any of this from? Who doesn't have access to this food? I have been from coast to coast of the United States a few times, and I've seen grocery stores all across the whole damn thing. I've been in Elbow, frickin' Indiana. That's not a real place, that was a joke. I've been in frickin' Kneecap, North Dakota, dude. Like, I've been out in the sticks, man, and there are grocery stores. There are grocery stores out there, because, believe it or not, people live out there, and people need food to eat. Rarely have I seen a community that didn't have access to some kind of grocery store. They do exist, but that means that you just need to drive farther. But I love how now they're starting to blame it on America or them. There's always some them that gets blamed for this stuff. Like, why can't they make healthier food? Why can't they make larger airline seats? Why can't they do X, Y, and Z? I don't know, man. There is no they. Why can't you do any of the things that you need to do for yourself to keep yourself healthy? Because you are the only one in charge of your health, and nobody else is going to do it for you.
And often when you, especially if you work a lot, relying on fast food is a high calorie for a low amount of money. So
Yeah, it's garbage calories, though. If you're just looking at, like, the amount of calories you get per dollar, that's an extremely silly way of looking at food, dude. Like I said, people with their $1,000 iPhones are out here nickel and diming food and buying just whatever is the cheapest, most processed garbage they can find just because it's the cheapest. If you want your iPhone to have the latest features, bro, you should perhaps spend a little more on food too and try to get food that has the latest nutrients in it, you know, like all the latest vitamins that are available.
you're able to get more food for less money.
But it's garbage food, and it provides no nourishment and no nutrition, like I've said a million times. One bite of real food is worth more than 10 bites of garbage food, because one bite of real food is actually real. The garbage food, not only does it not provide you with any nutrition or sustenance, it actually harms you. It's very detrimental to your gut's microbiome, as well as your brain chemistry, as well as the adipose tissue that it's going to pack onto your frame, because it's nothing but a bunch of empty calories. Eating a fast food burger is like taking a shot of vodka. It's going right to the liver. Your liver's processing that whole thing, and you're not getting any nutrition from it.
But it's not as nutrient dense.
It has no nutrients in it. It's literally just filler and garbage. You would be better off not eating it ever again.
But it's filling, so you won't feel hungry.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
But it's also not great for your body long term.
The hell you say? What? If that ain't the most fat-phobic? So you're saying that fast food is not great for our body long term, and that fat people don't have access to healthy food. Oh my goodness.
There are a lot of things that we need to change in this country around food.
What? What do you mean that there are a lot of things that we need to change about, quote, this country? What are you talking about? Because you didn't go to the store and buy healthy food, the whole country needs to do something? Once again, this country, or we, or them, or whoever the hell needs to change for you, huh? And then what, Fat Sapphic, bro? When this country changes and they install a Whole Foods right down the street from you, what's going to be your excuse then? I guarantee you if they installed a grocery store on every single corner, fat activists would still find some kind of excuse, or there would be some reason why it's somebody else's fault. In life, if you make yourself a victim, then you're never going to get ahead. You're looking at the world from a victim's perspective. You're like, they're keeping me down, they're stopping me from doing this, blah, 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 blah. You need to get out of that victim mindset and start having a can-do attitude. I'm somewhat of an existentialist. I believe that everything is my fault. Like whatever's happening to me, for the most part, is my own doing and my own fault. Wherever I am right now is because of the steps that I took yesterday to get here. If I'm not ahead, it's because I ain't been working hard enough. If I missed out and I didn't take the opportunity, I guess I should have taken the opportunity and worked harder. Either way, the common denominator in all of my problems is me. So the only person that I'm going to hold accountable is me. And my physique and body is 1000% within my control. There are other factors in our lives that are outside of our control, even though we try really hard to get a positive outcome and climb that corporate ladder and advance ourselves in whatever field we're in. All of those things have outside factors that are outside of our control, but our physique and our body is 1000% within our control.
That would drastically, positively influence a lot of people's lives.
Would you guys go and buy the healthy food and eat it? You know you would have to take it home and cook it, right?
But capitalism. Thanks for this comment.
And they end the video by taking a jab at capitalism. Because as luck would have it, all of these types of people that blame their problems on everyone else are the same type that subscribe to communist ideology. Something about that just give me stuff for free mentality that they have. If you look into the history of these movements, you'll see that that's never worked out. So Fat Sapphic Bro is blaming anyone and everyone for their weight except for themselves. Fat people can't afford healthy food. They don't have access to the store. It's too far away, it's too expensive. The barometric pressure was too high that day when I was trying to walk down to Whole Foods, or whatever the case. Either way, it's every single excuse in the book. And it's everybody else's fault but our own, of course. I've started a second channel where I'm going to be hosting all of my other content, where I'm reacting to the star seeds and the alpha male. All that other stuff is going to be on my second channel, so if you would like to subscribe ahead of time in preparation for that content, here's a link. Please click the like button. 1 like equals 1 mustache Komen. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.